Hello, it's me, and today I'll be doing a showcase on my custom NECA Burning Godzilla 1995, which I made using the NECA Godzilla 1989. But before we start the showcase, I'd like to give a shout out to another YouTuber called Anguirus. So I know him from school. He's really nice, and on one of his recent videos, he gave me a shout out. So I thought it'd be nice to give him one. So I'll put his link to his YouTube channel in the description. Go check him out. Give him some really nice comments because he's really nice. He does things like Godzilla stop motions and some custom things. But yeah. Now on with the showcase. So basically, if you watched my last custom figure video, this wasn't like this. He was my just custom generic Heisei Godzilla, where really all I did, well no, 1989, because I repainted his eyes and did some resculpting on his cheeks to make him look more like the 1989, because I think the old ones were a bit too wide and just didn't look very good. So I resculpted then. I shaved his head down a little bit. Didn't turn out as amazing as I thought. But basically, after I sculpted that, it was a 1989. But then I really wanted to make a Burning Godzilla. And so the first thing that I did to make this was I washed it so that you didn't have any grease from like your fingers on it, so that the paint didn't flake off. And then after I'd washed it, then I just painted, first, after I'd done that, I sprayed some just plain white acrylic onto his shoulders, chest, crotch, hips and spines, so that it would be light so I could paint the orange on top of. And then after I did that, then I painted him completely black, but then leaving the outline of like the different shapes on his hips and chest and stuff, so that they could stay that nice white. Then on top of that, I painted my first shade of orange, which once I painted the first one, after that had dried, I just went slightly lighter and lighter to give that sort of burning effect, which I think turned out quite nicely. And after I did the burning bits, I just did a couple little lines down there because he has them on his neck. Then after I did that, I painted all inside the joints. I took the tail apart there just so it would be a bit easier. Then I painted the white down his tail all the way up to the very end and up there. And then, so these were still orange, so then I just painted the little black sort of bit in there so it left the outline, and did it with the little ones. And then finally, really the last thing that I did was I painted the inside of his mouth that sort of very dark red colour, and then afterwards got a very, very fine brush and individually painted all of his teeth. That side, for some reason, didn't go as well as that one. I don't know why. I just think the teeth weren't as good on that side. But then I also painted on the roof of his mouth with all his little teeth. And one of the things which I am the most pleased with is getting a better light, is his eyes, if I can get into focus, which I just did. I painted orange in, then I did a black circle on both sides. This side turned out a bit better. This side's looking forwards a little bit more. Then I painted a yellow circle and black on top of that. It was much more simple than I expected it to be. But unfortunately, if you look at it from the front, his eyes don't line up whatsoever, which I sort of thought it would happen because the way the eyes are placed, it's really hard to actually get the eyes to face forward. But it just sort of makes him like a NECA or Monster Arts where the eyes are never facing forwards. And then the last thing I did was just get some yellow with some white acrylic. Well, I used acrylic inks because they're not as thick as just plain acrylic, and then I painted it onto his toenails. I didn't do the underneath because that's where it all scrapes off, and I also did his fingernails. It's scraped off a little bit, so I am gonna paint a couple little bits just to fix it up. But the entire thing, I just used some plain acrylic inks, and I think it did turn out very, very well. And one of the things which I sort of forgot to do, which I just did on the weekend because I forgot, was his, I think it's called his red spiral ray, I can't really remember. So all I really did, it was very, very simple, is I got his normal atomic breath, which was just blue. I got some hot glue. I just went all the way around to make the spiral, which turned out much better because it has some sort of little bumps and bits, so it isn't just a smooth line. Then I sprayed the entire thing white. First thing I did was paint it all yellow. Then I painted these with just red with a little bit of black and orange. Well, no, just a bit of orange really, just to make it not plain red, like that type of red, but just slightly darker. Then I did some dry brushing and just put some orange on there. I left this bit white because that's the bit that you fit into his mouth like that. I also left the tip white, so it's like, because that's what NECA did with the original beam, is they left the end white, because that's sort of like, because it's really hot at the end, and I think it works quite well. But yeah, I'm very, very pleased with this one. I am going to do a stop motion with it. I don't know how soon it's going to be, but I am probably going to do a stop motion with him. I am currently planning on building a city set. Like, if you remember in some of my old stop motions, I had the buildings, but I've remade new ones. I just need to get a base and stuff. There I can do stuff like Godzilla 2021, Burning Godzilla, and all stuff like that. So it probably isn't going to be a while till I do a stop motion with him, but I am going to do one. But now that I've gone over the details, the articulation's exactly the same as when you first get it. Now I'll do a size comparison. So with some of my other custom figures. So here he is next to my custom bootleg SH Monster Arts 2019/2021, which you can see this one is much taller, so they are completely out of scale. So I don't know if I am going to be doing a battle between these two. Probably not, because just the height difference doesn't work very well. It should really be the opposite way round. Next, here he is next to my custom NECA Shin Godzilla, which I've added a hinge to the mouth. I might be doing a showcase on this. I don't know when, but I might. I might also make like beams to his back and stuff. And next, here he is next to all my much older customs. My arm's fallen off. The custom Godzilla, Doppelganger Godzilla from Godzilla in Hell, the graphic novel, which is much bigger than I remember, because these two came out at the same time, so you can see he is much bigger. So that might be a stop motion one day, because what I might try and do is make like tentacles for him, because in the graphic novel he's like a devil version, and he turns into a big monster. I'm not going to make that, but I might just give him like tentacle spikes or something. And finally, here he is next to the NECA Godzilla 1954, who whenever I do a review or showcase, I always have the 1954, because this is really, if you're going to get a NECA Godzilla, get this one. Comes with a beam and everything. He's brilliant. But that about does it. for this showcase. There isn't really much else I did for this one. I haven't done anything to the box, haven't added any articulation. It's just a simple repaint and a slight sculpt on the face. You don't really need to do that. You can just paint the burning bits on and do his eyes, because I think that's what made the 1989 not amazing, was his eyes. And something I did ages ago was I slightly modified his front teeth. Not that much. You don't really need to. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this showcase. Remember to subscribe to Anguirus Rex, and I'll see you in the next one.